I feel like we're in a pretty good spot. We're not where we want to be. There's always a room for improvement. But compared to where we were last year, we are decades ahead. Last year we looked like a Pee-wee team at this time, and this year we look like a legit varsity football team. So I think we're looking pretty good right now.
That's a really good point you brought up. I mean, when you look at this Leo team, it felt like they were one of the most improved teams throughout the course of the season. How do you keep that momentum rolling coming into this season to make sure you get off to a fast start?
We just got to keep staying focused. We can't let all the media and stuff get to our heads. I mean, with two D1 guys, a lot of people are like, wow, you guys should be really, really good. But we can't let that just get to our heads and just think, oh, we got two D1 guys. We're going to fly through everybody. Because we got a tough conference, playing Kokomo, tough out of conference. So we just got to stay focused and keep working every day.
Lining up under center once again this season, how much more confident do you feel compared to this time last year?
I feel so much more confident. Running the T offense, I hadn't thrown the football in a couple years, kind of gave up on throwing the football. Then Doerffler came in, everything was new, I knew absolutely nothing. Struggled making play calls because he would give me the play and I'd be like, that's a lot of words. This year I had time to work at OPS and work with them in the off season, so now I feel a lot more confident. I've watched a lot of film with Doerffler, he's helped me out a lot. So I feel like I'm ready to play this year.
Well, it helps to have guys like Brock, like Aiden, to throw the ball to, but who are some other guys you feel like are primed to have a big year with this Leo offense?
I think our running backs, Mons and Brett Fuller, they're going to be studs. They were good for us last year, but they were behind the shadow of Max Loeffler, who was a stud. But they're going to be good again this year. And then Cam Zeisloft, he doesn't get a lot of attention because he's behind two D1 guys, but he's going to be a stud. Landon Hepner and Kellen Holbert. We got a lot of weapons, and it's going to look really good for us.
Final question for me, Kylar. You take a look at this Leo team. What is going to be the most important thing that this team needs to do to have a successful season this fall?
I think we need to be balanced. We need to be able to throw the ball and run the ball every game. Last year, we ran the ball a lot because obviously the throwing was new, but we need to be able to do both. We can't just be one-sided. We got to be able to throw the ball 20 times. We got to be able to run the ball 20 times, throw it 40, run it 40, whatever it takes to win the game. We can't just be relying on one or the other.
I like our competitiveness. We all like to get out there, get after it, you know. We just really we work well together, so I like that about us a lot. So
you take a look at this team, how they started last year to where they finished, probably one of the most improved teams that we saw in this area. How do you keep the momentum rolling heading into this fall?
You know, we come out, we work day in and day out. We try to get the job done week in and week out and do the best we can do every week. So,
Coach Doerffler mentioned that there's a lot of returning starters back on defense. What makes that unit so dangerous, especially once the season rolls around?
Well, I would say with Cam Zeisloft, we got Brock Schott, defensive end, Charlie Schilb, he's coming in. He's gonna be a big factor. I can tell you that right now. We got a lot of guys returning, and I can tell you that we're gonna be our defense and our offense put together. We're gonna be a force to be reckoned with.
You know, as a senior, how are you trying to lead some of these younger guys and keep that winning culture going here at Leo?
I just want to keep them encouraged. No matter what happens, we're a team, so we want to make sure we can keep that tight knit, and that's how. You can hear them out here, so.
Well, as you take a look at this team, what do you feel like is the most important thing that these guys need to accomplish if you guys are going to have a successful year?
I would say definitely just keeping us together, keeping each other up, working together like we have been all these years, and I think that's our best bet.
For sure, man. Anything else you want to add that I haven't asked already, Aiden?
Shout out Coach Livingston, told me to shout him out for this interview. So,
yeah, I mean, we're happy with where we're at. Obviously, it's a long season, but we're off to a good start, and we think we're slightly ahead probably of where we were last year at this point. So we've had a good summer, good first week. We got to keep that positive momentum going into the season, and we want to keep getting better and better and better, and by the end of the season, playing our best football.
You take a look at last year, from where you started to where you finished, it felt like Leo was one of the most improved teams around the area. How do you keep that momentum rolling heading into this fall?
Yeah, I think it starts with our players. I mean, they have very high expectations and high goals, and they hold themselves to those standards. So, our senior class, we got about 18 guys, and they've kind of established that this is what this team wants to do, and put in a lot of work in the off season and in the summer to make that happen.
You take a look at the offense, of course, there's a lot of hype around guys like Aiden, like Brock, but to have a guy like Kylar back who is, under center, how much more comfortable does this offense feel in year 2 under this system?
Yeah, everything was new for everybody, coaches and players and everything last year. So just having a year of experience in an off season to kind of evaluate different things, I think we're on the right track. We have very good skill players, like you mentioned. So the challenge is to try to get those guys the ball in open space and let them be the athletes that they are.
Defensively, what do you like about this team so far?
Yeah, we have a lot coming back. So we did graduate a couple very key guys, but defensively, like last year's senior class was very solid, but not very large. So we played a lot of sophomores and a lot of juniors last year at the varsity level. So they have a year under their belt, played a lot of Friday night game experiences. So, just building on that. We do have to break in a couple new people at some key positions. So, we'll see where we're at, but so far so good.
Finally, Coach, when you take a look at this team, what do you feel like is the most important thing that they need to prioritize for these guys to have a successful year?
Yeah, just to keep perspective, the season is a long season. There's going to be ups and downs, like we experienced that last year. We're gonna be in some battles on Friday night. At the end of the day, we want to be playing our best in October come postseason, and just getting over the hump. This group, it's kind of hard to believe, but we have finished sectional runner-up 4 years in a row, and I think every single one of those games was a single score or a very close game. Two of which last two have been in overtime. So, this team's really set on breaking that kind of streak and getting over the hump.
For sure. Anything else you want to add that I haven't asked already, Coach?
No, it's a great group of people, and we're definitely excited about what's to come.